All right, you guys. We're going to start with the top left box here that says a rate is a comparison of two quantities that have different units. Okay, and so we're going to make a little example of this, and we're going to use, let's say, do this in black. All right, let's say let's do money. We'll do $19.50 divided by 3 cheeseburgers. All right, so $19.50 divided by 3 cheeseburgers. So I'll give you a second to make sure that's written down. And while you're doing that, we're going to move on to unit rate. So that was a rate. Now we're talking about a unit rate. And a unit rate is a type of rate that has a denominator of 1. Okay, this is what we've been working on. But for instance, we might say 45 miles. And then over, okay, or 1 hour. Okay, so the denominator of 1, so 45 miles over 1 hour, or 45 miles per hour. Okay, go ahead and finish writing that. All right, complex fraction is a fraction that has a fraction in its numerator, denominator, or both. So in our case, let's say we've got 3 over 4, okay? That's going to be in the numerator. That's the top part. We also have a fraction in the numerator. Let's say 4 over 3. All right, so that would be a complex fraction. And there's a way, and we'll show in some examples on how we actually will do that problem. We'll divide those two. We're going to use keep, change, flipped in order to do that. So then we're going to move on to example 1. Example 1 says Jennifer lives 348 miles from her aunt. If it took her 6 hours to get to her aunt's house, what was her average speed in miles per hour? So what are they asking us to find? They're asking us to find miles divided by, I'm going to just cross out per and turn it into a division symbol, okay? We're going to do this over and over again. And miles divided by hours. All right, so what are our miles? Well, I see 348 miles, so let me do that. 348 divided by hours. Where is our hours? Oh, that's right here. Okay, so 6 hours. All right, so let's do the division. All right, 348, top dog goes in the house. 348 goes in the house. 6 goes outside the house. All right, 6, I'm going to do this real quickly just for the sake of time, all right? So 6 goes into 3 0 times. 6 goes into 34. How many times? Well, 6 times 5 is 30, so I'm going to try 5. 5 times 6, we got 30. I subtract. I end up with 4. I bring down the 8. All right, I'm moving quick. 6 goes into 48 8 times. All right, 8 times 6 is actually 48. So I've got no remainder. So 58 something. So I'm going to write down 58. And what was it they're asking for? Oh, miles per hour. So I could put, here I'm going to just abbreviate, MI, and I put this little slash here, per hour. That's the same way of saying, hold on, let me rewrite that. Same way of saying 58 miles per hour. Okay, I'll give you a second to finish writing that down. All right. Okay, let's move on to example 2. A value pack of granola bars costs $5.04. If there are 24 bars in the package, what is the cost per bar? So what are they asking us to find out? That's the first thing we got to figure out. They're asking us to find the cost per bar. I can scratch out this per, turn it into division. What's my strategy? I'm going to take the cost and divide it by the amount of bars. So how many bars, or sorry, how much did it cost? So I'm going to put that in the numerator, 5.04. All right. And then how many bars are in the package? Oh, 24. 24. All right. Let's just actually do the division problem. Top dog goes in the house, which is 5.04. Right. Before I forget, I'm going to put my decimal place up here. And then I'm going to put 24 on the porch there. All right. 24 goes into 5 0 times. 24 goes into 50 how many times? Well, I think it goes in 2. All right, because 25 times 2 is 50, so it's going to be less than that. So 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. I've got 48. 50 minus 48 is 2. Bring down the 4. Again, I'm going to go fast, so just follow along. 24 goes into 24 once, and it becomes 24, so I have no remainder. So 21 cents is my answer. What were they asking for again? Oh, a price, the cost per bar. So I'm going to start by doing my price. That's the one I always do first. Whatever they said goes in the front, that's what goes in the front. So they said cost, so that's going to be a price. So my price is 21 cents, and then per bar. So I can just go like this, per bar. Okay, because what I'm saying is $0.21 per bar is actually what I'm saying. So go ahead and finish writing that down if you didn't catch all that. And then I'm going to do example 3. And this will be the last one I do. I'll have you finish number 4 together or on your own. So example 3 says, Julia noticed her pool was filling at a rate of 3/4 gallon per 10 seconds, or 1/6 of a minute. What is the unit rate in gallons per minute? Well, they're asking us to do gallons per minute. Did they give us all the information we need for gallons per minute? Well, let's start by scratching out per and making it a division. So I'm looking for gallons divided by minutes. Do we have gallons? Yeah, right here, 3/4 of a gallon. All right, so this is where I'm getting my complex fraction. So I have 3/4, and it's going to be divided by something. Per minute. Do we have minutes somewhere? Oh yeah, right here, 1/6 of a minute. All right, so I've got another fraction on the bottom, which is 1/6. All right. What is my strategy? I need to divide 3/4 by 1/6. Well, I need to use something called keep, change, flip. I'm just going to put KCF to help remember. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this as a different division problem so I don't get messed up. So I'm going to do 3/4. I'm going to use the division symbol, 3/4 divided by 1/6. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep. So that means I'm going to keep 3/4. So I'm going to write that down. Then I'm going to change. I'm going to change division to multiplication. And then I'm going to flip. I'm going to flip 1/6 into 6/1. Okay, so instead of 1/6, I get 6/1. And when I'm multiplying fractions, here's what I love about it. You can just multiply straight across. All right, so 3 times 6 at the top here, if we're following the top, that's 18. And then 4 times 1 straight across is 4. Well, I'm not quite done yet. Okay, I'm going to let you write that down. I'm not quite done yet because I have 18 gallons over 4 minutes. All right, so I'm not still at my unit rate, which is how many gallons per minute. So I need to do one more division problem. So top dog, 18, goes in the house. And the bottom dweller here gets to be on the porch, so number 4. And then I just start doing the division. So 4 goes into 18 how many times? Well, 4 times 4 is 16, so that's probably it. Yep, it's got to be it, right? So 4 times 4 is 16. I subtract, I get a 2. All right, well, that means I'm going to have to add a decimal because I'm not quite done yet. So I add a decimal, I put a 0, and then I drop it down. 4 times goes into 20, sorry. 4 goes into 20 how many times? 5. 5 times 4 is 20. No remainder. So now I have 4.5. So I'm going to write down right here 4.5. 4.5 what? Oh, that's gallons per minute. And I just abbreviated GAL. The slash here that I'm doing, that's a per. All right, I could rewrite it as 4.5 gallons per minute if I really wanted to. All right. So there you go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to solve number 4 on your own. All right, and then for 5 and 6, good news, scratch those out. You don't have to do them. Okay, if you went ahead, congratulations. Otherwise, you just need to do example 4 on your own, and then you're going to staple this into your interactive notebook. Okay, and then finish up your notebook and get ready.